Alright. Let's see here. Alright. Test chat. Alright, yep. It's up and running. Alright, we are back with Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Let's see. Last I left off, there was some guy coming at me asking about checking out a dragon burial site. And more than that, I also have to go to do Regil Dorenge's story thing. Let's see. Let's no. Move that out the way, though. I don't think there's anything in the manage area that I have to do right now. Filling up just to be safe. Enchanting. Alright, the altar for the first retriever. Everything is ready for the relic's augmentation. Alright. The relic that was created from the altar of the first retriever is attracting practitioners of secret knowledge. A druid who has arrived in Dresden is asking for permission to cleanse the sacred item of corruption. A dark priestess from Nidal wishes to dedicate it to her patron Zon Kufan. And a frenzied worshipper of Lamashtu yearns to awaken the spirit of the long-dead monster. Who will be given the right to touch the relic? And let's see. Zon Kufan, suffocating caress. Let's see. This shirt spiral lamp strangles the wearer, inflicting a -5 penalty on mobility checks. Also helps to discharge electric attacks, granting the wearer electricity resistance 30. Whenever the wearer is hit by a non-slashing weapon, they must pass a reflex save 20 or become staggered for the first attack in a round, as well as suffer a -2 penalty. All this for resist electricity 30? No thanks. Cleanse the gear of the first retriever. Let's see, just need a nice shirt woven from the retriever's twilight. Magic. Whenever a druid wearing it casts a spell from their spellbook, they cast it as if they were one level higher. Okay. And get a +10 confidence bonus on Lord Nature. And last, whenever the wearer polymorphs into any creature, they get a +4 enhancement bonus to attack and damage. Any creature that hits them with a melee attack, they receive 1d6 piercing. Okay. Guess we'll get the Web Strider. Barely a soul has ever met. I'll read this when I have the item itself. Cleanse the gear of the first retriever. The druidic magic has cleaned the item woven from the web of the first retriever. By summoning the totem of the spider, a skilled and patient retriever They have exorcised the spirit from this dark relic. Done. Now, there's an awful lot that requires Dex. Helping those in need. Nah. I've had that option before. Picking it too much means I won't have a chance to pick anything else. Let's see. I'm gonna deal with another relic. Hello again, Atrocious. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to get some busted relics crafted. Just got my ass handed to me on Overwatch. You know, sadly, that's gonna be easy to pull off. Were you up against Reinhardt? I'm betting Reinhardt was involved. Had some bad experiences with that guy. And good ones too, but still. Alright, let's see here. Stone, the fate of the Stone of Ghostly Pathways. Just Jumble. Phylactery. Holy Symbol of Ruvagug. I guess I'll go for the fate of the Ghostly, fate of the Stone of Ghostly Pathways. I remember Reinhardt, but that was earlier. He was up against a pretty annoying Genji. Against? Wow. That's actually something. It's been my experience when I was big into Overwatch. Whenever I saw a Genji, they were on my team, and they were anything but annoying for the opponent. They would always charge in, get killed, and that was it. Let's see here. So, alright. This legendary shirt I got. Pretty much just give it to Ninio, since she's the only one with druid levels. Right. Barely a soul has ever managed to escape the revenge of the demons. The fiends dispatch their retrievers, the creepy mechanical spiders they created for hunting, to silently track down their enemies, runaway slaves, or renegade cultists. As legend has it, the first retriever was made by the demon lord Hagenti, the lord of transformation. Throughout the ages, the first retriever fell under the ownership of different demon masters, but was an impeccable servant to all. A mortal heretic and twice renegade finally put a halt to the first retriever's murderous servitude. The Templar of the Ivory Labyrinth, whose name is unknown, repented of his deeds and left the cult. The first retriever was sent forth on his trail, but never returned. Both retriever and prey fell in the fight. Later, the demons discovered the retriever's remains in cobweb and turned them into an altar. The retriever's ravenous hunger seeped into the altar. Decades later, worshippers took their sacrifices there. The ripped out teeth of all who tried to flee demons' wrath, but were caught and slain. Alright. Hell, the message for returns. What the hell? Give me a sec. I'm gonna turn this stupid thing off. Allow, first off, and then turn off shield mode. The hell? I made this channel and said that I was gonna be. I had it rated as mature because I was playing games that are gonna have swear words and all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna have a shield mode on that stops all this. Okay. How are the Dragoons today? No. You're right. Okay. Alright. Get naked. Let me get comfy and enjoy some finding of the path. Yeah, man. Alright. And the enthusiasms of such aside.
Godspeed.
Joseph, see your faith banishing me from existing. Alright, let me see here. We are going to kick out we're going to kick out a Richelieu for Regil. Just because I don't want to have to deal with the headache that naturally is supposed to happen from telling a Hell Knight to leave a demon alone. Second thing. So, honorable judgment, that he should be fine with that. But aside from, I think I have armor that's better than what he's got. Never mind. Mantine full plate. He ain't topping that. Equipment. Amulet of natural armor +3. +2 ring of protection. And I guess I'll give him this plume hat. Maximus bracers. Huh. I think that's it. I can give him this belt of giant strength. Physical might, yeah. There we go. I think that's everything that I can think of. Alright. Oh, wait. This really strength. Whatever. Now, let's see. What was the chat going on while I was equipping Regil? Saw that. There's one of your posts. Zero beat me to it. Never get better than Adamantine Zero. Still not in the thing? It's an achievement waiting for you. Yes. Well, the problem with me chasing achievements with this build is I wasn't planning on doing it with the healer. I plan on chasing achievements with the trickster. Hell, I actually plan on trying to get the godhood with the trickster, and that's on core difficulty. Alright. In the meantime, travel. Oh, before I travel, let's have the armies gather. Let's see. You're going to meet up with this guy. Playing on core? Not in this playthrough, I'm not playing on core. Let's see. But I was playing on core in a different build. And tell me, how are you gonna get past the Lexicon of Paradox? With this build, I'm not. I absolutely don't plan to. With the trickster one, I plan on having like a crap ton of skill check bonuses. So that's actually my whole answer. It's like a wizard arcane trickster build that's gonna have like remaining levels in Master of All. Let me see here. Rangers. Oh yeah. Okay. You're the one that's going over to Crusader Army number 2. And she leveled up, so... Oh, Master of Maneuver, sweet. Save. We keep those. Master of Maneuver is always good. Right, yeah, so essentially what I'm doing. Except not as good. Like, I thought Trickster was the way to go for skill builds. But you're saying the Demon Path has better bonuses? Alright, nobody, there's no one else here I can move. There. Right. Gonna move you over to the main army. Alright. Because you play an easier build and do hard way. I guess. Alright. Now for the main party. Let's move over to... I don't want to keep Reginald Derenge in the party for long. I don't hate the guy, it's just I don't want to keep him in the party for long. Because, like, trying to be somewhat good. Alright. No, you're going with an Arcane Trickster build, which is very suboptimal for the required skill checks. So you have to fan out your skills just for the Prestige class. Meh. It'll all work out fine. Maybe. Possibly. Hopefully. I just have to believe. Jeez, Regil, what are you good at? Okay, Regil's good at scribing scrolls, even though he doesn't have it. God damn it! Regil Derenge, you are not good at much. Alright, you can set up camouflage. At least it doesn't take much of a skill check. Right, yeah. Begin rest. Alright, Ember, I'll try to explain it one more time. Imagine the gods are your best friends. One of them even helped you out in a difficult situation. Saved you like that knight who pulled you out of the pyre. Now imagine that somebody is always going around insulting your friends. But gods aren't your friends. And they never will be. They don't save anyone. All they do is lie. Damn. The fuck? I've done the math. There is no combination you can achieve, including Arcane Trickster, that allows you to invest in the necessary skills for the lexicon. Unless you plan on overcoming that obstacle the hard way. What's the hard way? I guess I'll overcome it the hard way then. The Nenio way. How is Nenio the hard way? You mean just keeping Nino in the party? Honestly, yeah. The puzzles in her companion quest are pretty much the only pain in the ass. But is it required for you to do her companion quest? I'm not sure that it is, but hey. Anyway, on to the Hell Knight Outpost. I mean, completing every single puzzle in the game. Nuts.
Let us press on. Close ranks.
Rachel scans the top of the hill. Wisps of smoke rise into the air, giving away the location of the Hell Knight Outpost. We must hurry and remain very, very alert. If you plan on completing the Storyteller's quest, you have to go through every puzzle, including those in the Enigma. Enigma? The Enigma's the name of the location of that Demon Lord's domain, right? Yeah. In that case, the Godhood ending will be a little harder for me than just using the skill checks. But I should be able to pull it off. Tell me about your outpost. The outpost is situated on top of a hill. The main building has stout walls and small windows. It serves as a resting area for various Hell Knight orders. Apart from my own troops, there are currently 3 chapters quartered here, as well as the permanent garrison. We've stocked up on food and water. The gargoyles have taught us a valuable lesson. And now we're prepared for an aerial attack. What could have happened to the missing squad? Regil gazes into the distance thoughtfully. They were last seen in this very place. We must comb the area. I'm ready. Let's hurry. Well, I say let's hurry,
Can't hide from me.
but we are going to search around the area. Grand Owl of Wisdom. This figurine of the cat is engraved with a name that doesn't fit its appearance. Once activated, it grants the user a permanent +1 on all skill checks and then vanishes. There you go. Play a wizard or a bard. It's literally the easiest way to overcome the lexicon. Dude, I can totally do it. It's definitely possible.
We march ahead.
Alright, let me see here. I will take and use the said item though. You know, in hindsight, there's also, the Tome of Clear Thought. I forgot to use this too. I just don't know who I'm going to use it with. I could use it on Nino, but I don't have her in my party more than half the time. Cure light wounds. Yeah.
I stand ready.
There. Huh? Whoa. What are you saying? I'm playing a sorcerer currently, but I'm using an optimized variant for combat in the lexicon. It's my special power. I dare you to play a wizard trickster? Like I said, I already have a build going with that. Let's see. The Hell Knights have thoroughly restored and reinforced these fortifications, which date back to the age of the First Crusades.
My will is resolute.
Together we stand.
Give me a sec. No, trust me. Arcane Trickster doesn't. I'm pretty sure it can, dude. Like, I didn't crunch. Okay, I admit I didn't crunch the numbers and grab a calculator. But like, how hard can it really possibly be? You know?
I will lend you my aid.
A bright future awaits us.
Veil of Heaven, we're
we
dealing
in
with
trouble
demons. Guess use that.
You're a good person. I like you.
Ember. Just reduce person on yourself. Need knowledge and lore. Not a problem. I can get knowledge and lore easy enough. And my arcane trickster is gonna be intelligence based anyway. With the spell casting and whatnot. The lexicon just something you look up words in. Yep. Oh. Heimdall, the lexicon of paradox is an item. Right, spoilers. It's like a plot point item.
Search for the beauty
Without spoiling too much,
I will help where I
there you
can.
go. I don't know how much detail I can actually go into
make
without
things right.
spoiling the game.
Yes. Esme. No reason to pause.
Get on the horse.
Axel. Yes.
Alright, let's go.
Surrender or else.
Defeat is not an option.
Alright, that aura is still a pain. Protection from cold. Alright. Arcane Trickster only needs Arcana, and the required mobility and trickery mean you don't have enough skill points to increase the remaining knowledge and lore skills. I can pull it off, I think. Sword Saint or Eldritch Scion. This would be the better class for a trickster. I'd say Sword Saint. I guess. Yeah, let's both fare quite well. Yeah. Alright. A pale youngster practically prostrates himself before you. Finally, someone's here. And it's the Crusaders, too. Please help me. I'm all alone and I don't know what to do. This lad's appearance perfectly matches the description of one of those cultists who were supposed to arrive with the lost escort. Regil nods dispassionately, gripping the handle of his weapon. Cultist? Me? No. I'm just an apprentice craftsman. They made us work against our will there. What are the biggest differences mechanically between Eldritch Scion and Sword Saint? Eldritch Scion is charisma based. Sword Saint is intelligence based. Eldritch Scion's closer to a sorcerer, while Sword Saint is... I don't know how to describe Sword Saint. It's just a really powerful melee build. Well, I did say I was always gonna be as good as I could possibly be. So, don't worry, I won't harm you. Really? Are we playing wet nurse to a cultist accomplice now? We must interrogate him with all due severity and torture him if need be, rather than pat him on the head and sing him a lullaby. Good. And like I said, I'm still gonna be good. He was just a worker. He couldn't do anything about his cultist masters. Petty wrongdoing leads to bigger crime, Commander. And small mercies toward the enemy lead to intolerable lenience. We have to deal with this cultist right now. Tell me, Commander, what will you do? Regil's pale yellow eyes stare at you without blinking. And as I said before, as good can be. Good, let the cultist lackey go. You're free to go. Try to avoid the wrong kind of people in the future. Thank you, Knight Commander, but where would I go by myself? Demons will eat me as soon as I step outside. I'll stay here and wait for you, if that's alright, and then follow you back home. Mechanically, the Sword Saint is heavily reliant on his dex and his int to function at his best. Eldritch Scion has a bit more liberty in his build, and is a spontaneous caster to boot. You can afford to go for a strength build. Alright. We must verify the claim that the knights return to the outpost. Move out.
Our time has come.
Alright. Because we're such good people. Let's do the cold protection. And fire protection. All right. The Hell Knight outpost is shrouded in silence. The 3 chapters seem to have simply vanished, leaving only the pillars of smoke from their fires to testify to the recent presence of the living. That doesn't seem to unnerve Regil in the slightest. He dispassionately scans the empty camp as if waiting for something. Breaking the prevailing silence, a sudden musical laugh sounds harsh and almost sinister. Knight Commander, at last. I've been dying to meet you. Come on, come on. Don't be so sullen. Come on over and have a little rest after your journey. You can always stab me or hit me with a spell a bit later, if you feel like doing that at all, of course. What an arrogant, talkative demon we've got here. I can see you've made yourself quite at home in our camp. What have we here? One of those black-armored blockheads? Why don't you join me and the commander for a little meal? Surely the mighty Hell Knight isn't scared of a little temptation. The demon bats her eyelashes innocently. Regil subtly frowns, surprisingly. He then steps forward without hesitation and sits next to the demon. Let's talk. Regil, don't you think we should refuse this demon's request? The Hell Knight permits himself an odd smirk. Sometimes it's useful to know your enemy. Why is the camp deserted, demon? Karanda. My name is Karanda. As for the camp's inhabitants, well, that's a long story. Please sit, Commander. We have a lot to discuss. Alright, let's talk. The demon claps her hands joyfully. Mendel, you have no idea how eager I was to meet you, and how quickly I got here when I discovered you were coming. Do you feel at ease talking to me in this shape? Because I can always slip into something more comfortable. With a snap of her fingers, Karanda becomes a golden-haired, bright-eyed young man, dressed in the white of a Serenrayan cleric. I can look like this, so likable, so trustworthy. Or if you prefer, this is my favorite form. It has driven so many crusaders out of their minds. The demon's playful pose oddly clashes with the strict, upright appearance of Queen Galfrey. Very charming. Now stop this farce, demon. Oh, Sir Knight, do tell me you aren't bored with yourself. Every soul must feel something to get their blood pumping. Some are driven by avarice, others by lust, and others still by envy. And if you think you've managed to shield yourself from every vice and every flaw, well, that just means that you are blind, and your vice is the greatest of them all. Pride. You said you knew I was coming. How? Let's see. The demon looks astonished for a moment. How did I know? Ah, we all have our sources. Perhaps I'll tell you all about them, Commander, if we can establish a certain friendship. Are you here to preach at us, or do you actually have something meaningful to say? The demon's expression grows serious. I apologize for the frivolity, Knight Commander. It's so hard to restrain myself. I blame those Hell Knights. No denizen of the Abyss could torture them as thoroughly as they punish themselves. But now on to business. I have a rather unusual request. I'd like to become a crusader. And before 1,001 objections escape your mouth, think about this. Your fame precedes you by quite some distance. They speak of you even down in the Abyss. We have never encountered anyone possessing such power. That is so exciting. The demon exhales loudly. I even heard that a part of your power trickles down to your most loyal companions. So why would a clever lady like me keep on serving demon lords, when instead there is someone so unusual and intriguing? I can't promise you I'm going to kneel before that Iomedae of yours right away, but I have many, many interesting stories to tell about my friends from the Abyss. Of course, I can also be of personal use to you. Any shape you desire, remember? I'm not even sure which of your suggestions was more revolting, Demon. Your effortless betrayal of your kin, or your filthy insinuations. Karanda's tail suddenly springs up, and its tip gently caresses Regel's cheek. Oh, do smile a little, Hell Knight. This isn't hell yet. Let's see. Only someone utterly mad would trust a demon. You're growing tiresome, Demon. Make your move and let's get this over with. I've told you what I want. Say yes, Mendel, and in return you'll get priceless knowledge about demonic and cultist activities, my small collection of trophies, and me. Say no, and you'll get nothing but the incessant whining of your Hell Knight flunky. So, Hell Knight, they want to protect Hell? No, quite the opposite, really. Alright. Well, enough. Don't even dream of earning my trust, Karanda. How very boring, the demon hisses.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
See. Destroy Hell? Hell Knights are named such because their absolute discipline is considered hellish.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. You are nothing before me. Did you see that?
Oh, this one might be a problem. Before anything else, saddle up. Alright. Regil studies the demon's corpse. His face is impenetrable. I'm not in hell yet. You refuse to listen to this winged abomination, Mendel. That was commendable. Now we must examine the keep and look for any traces of our missing people. She knew what she wanted from me. Let's not tarry on here. Onward. Yes, it's time to put an end to this curious affair. Let's see, what is that? Shock composite bow. Scimitar. Few mortals apart from the Hell Knights would dare settle next to a hotbed of the Blight.
I will guide us.
However, they do oppose Hell, and even go as far as to personally slay devils to claim their spot amongst the orders.
Godspeed.
Alright.
Together we stand.
Finish casting some more buffs.
The world has suffered enough.
Let me see here. I guess protection from evil communal again.
Trust in yourself.
Hmm.
Yes?
I don't really know what else I would cast right now.
Rely on
My
me.
will is resolute.
Oh,
We will
I
win
know.
this war.
Angelic Aspect.
I will not falter.
Archon's Aura. Hmm? See. Not just any devil will do either. To become a Hell Knight, one must slay a devil and is stronger than oneself. That's just Might, Angelic, Eagle Soul, and I think Sunmarked. Avenger's Blessing. Nah, I think I'm good. That's everything. I can cast animal shapes, but that's kind of redundant. Alright. Although the game. The outpost is in perfect condition. Everything appears to be in its right place and there are no signs of battle. Right. This must be within. Maybe? The hell are they? Oh, there they are. A security checkpoint, a precautionary measure highly characteristic of the Hell Knights, flanks the entrance. Golden Chalice. Alright. Can beat an imp. Count. Maybe. Not demons from the abyss, but devil. Alright, anyway, let's move on. A tall man wearing black armor and a full helm salutes you with his sword. Knight Commander, you have rallied to our defense. We were forced to retreat under the onslaught of the demon Karanda and her lackeys. We held position for as long as we could, but we were sure to perish without outside help. The knight adds in a hushed voice, many of us are injured. Could you assist us, please? We hid the wounded in the back of the outpost so that the demons couldn't reach them as easily. Virgil remains silent and calculating as he studies the knights. Your story has... I'm gonna just go straight to the perception. Your story has too many inconsistencies. Virgil permits himself a slight smirk. I was hoping you would see through their ruse, Mendel. And I'm not disappointed. I expected more from you, demon. Your cleverness won't save you, mortals. You're way too easy to deceive, mortals.
I
Fowler of Virtues, Deep Shadow Demon, Angler of Vices. Wow, these are some names. Okay, well. That's quite alright. I have the Storm of Justice. Power of Heaven. Of course he's fluid. And again. Oh, well, the majority of them are all down. So, I guess I won't do that again. Just the regular? Oh wait, there's a group of demons right there. I can do another one of these. Yep. Just smite it. Crowd of demons don't really do much here. Damn, the angel path is so overpowered. Alright. Just what you call justice is weak. Only I, the Lord of Murder, can give true justice. No, you're wrong, Atrocious. only through mercy can. How's it? All right, no, I've heard this phrase. Only judgment tempered with mercy can bring forth true justice. You're wrong, Atrocious. One does not wield justice by being a lord of murder. Alright, now, what is it? Angler of Vices. Wait. The ugly shadow hisses. Let me ransom my life, Crusader. I have loot. Much loot that I picked off the fallen. Surely it's worth the price of letting one poor soul slink back to the abyss. The cultist hostage trembles with fear and fails to utter a word. His eyes are pleading. I don't need your handouts. The demon grabs the throat of a kneeling cultist with his claws. Are you as deaf to compassion as you are to avarice? Have mercy on this mortal I used as a vessel. If you lay a hand on me, he's dead. Fine, spare his life and you may go. Gotta be as good can be. Alright. Just, may try, but you shan't change my mind. My teachings are true, and my Justicars will purify this corrupt earth. God damn. If you go out of your way to try to find evil wherever you look, you will risk becoming the evil. Do not close your heart off in the pursuit of justice, Atrocious, or your Justicars will be the corruption that needs to be purified from this earth. Alright, enough with the dialogue lines. We need epic music playing in the back for a talk like this. Alright, anyway. There you go. Regal's strike is swift and precise. Nothing awaits you now. The demon's death rattle reverberates off the walls. In his dying agony, he squeezes the kneeling cultist's neck. with his claws practically tearing the man's throat out. When the nine hells, Regil? The Hell Knight shrugs apathetically. Letting such a dangerous creature go would have been a fatal mistake. Besides, this demon trespassed on Hell Knight territory and participated in hostilities against the Order. I thought it fit to deal with him according to the Order's regulations. If we keep sacrificing our people for the sake of victory, no one will be left alive to celebrate it. Regil considers your words for a while. That is a reasonable observation, but there are limits to everything. Today you spare this demon to save a cultist, then tomorrow he returns, juggling a horde of screaming infants and using them to order you around. Damn. I shall reply to your empty words with silence, for that is the language of the dead. Jesus! Of those that died under the glaive of murderous justice. God damn. Alright, Atrocious. I can't be enough of a heroic good guy to the practice monologuing villain lines you got going on here. God damn, dude. Honestly, that sounds badass, but fuck. Alright, here, let me just move on with the dialogue in the game. What about the surviving cultists? Should we interrogate them? They won't tell us anything we don't already know. Deal with them as you see fit. If you don't want to waste your time, the Orders will take care of them later. We vanquished the demons, but we still don't know where the knights from the camp are. Regil casts a stern glance in your direction. Take a look around if you think it best. Then we must leave, and it's time. Their vices. Never. So, what type of dagger was this? The Hasty Eradicator. Let's see, +2 dagger will allows the wielder to make 2 additional attacks during a full attack action. This effect does not stack with the haste spell. Being a villain is an art. What the hell's going on with you? Staggered.
I will see this through.
Whatever's going on with you, Sin Eater should be able to help you out. Alright. See loot. Oh! Oops. Forgot about that. Have to save.
A bright future awaits us.
Use this. Power up your trickery, Sela. Alright. Go up to this. Use the expert lockpick.
Call me again if you need to.
Alright. Found a magical heavy mace and some demon blood. What's the heavy mace do? Sunstroke. Use resonating word. Yes. Then I would use that spell. Who knows? I heard there was a balance patch a while ago. Maybe they just added it. Honestly, I thought they gave there was plenty of abilities that the higher difficulties creatures had that they just don't use at all in the normal difficulty. Wait, what is this? +3 Radiant Heavy Mace. Lands a hit, the enemies pass a fort save or become sickened for 1d4 rounds. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Mind me, why using Sela for trickery checks? When I started the game, I wanted to keep the party as good could be. In this case, I took out a Ruchelet because I didn't want the Hell Knights to have an issue with her. Alright, let's see what we have here. The Hell Knights. Paralictor Aminos Renf leans on his longsword. At last. How did it go, Paralictor Durenge? You will receive a formal report, Renf, just like everyone else. Regil winces in frustration. Explain yourself, Regil. Of course. Regil pauses, then deliberately continues in a louder voice so that Aminos and the other knights can hear him too. Everything that happened was, in a way, a show. We'd received reports about the location of several particularly cunning demons. Not the fighting kind, but those who specialize in deceit and temptation. We could have surrounded and destroyed their hideout, but instead we let them know that the Knight Commander of Dresden would soon arrive in our deserted camp. The fiends swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. How could any of them miss an opportunity to prove themselves by killing the new leader of the crusade? Demons love talking about the pride of mortals, but in fact they suffer from that vice far more than anyone else. Regil's smile is a cruel one. Now for the critical bit, my reasons. Even though the orders knew a lot about the Knight Commander's behavior, that information lacked veracity and consistency. For instance, it's always useful to know just how well your principal ally is able to resist deceit and temptation. And so I suggested that they meet with Coranda and her cohorts. So you were testing me? Yes, I was. Regil doesn't look away. Someone had to, seeing that Her Majesty Galfrey of Mendev is so prone to bestowing titles and armies without a second thought. Regil lowers his voice a touch, and yet you can't claim that I was insincere. I made myself crystal clear when I stated my interest in your person and your unusual powers back when we first met. I also mentioned how important you are for the crusade and our shared cause. We are at the vanguard of what is possibly the most important war of our age. No one can afford the privilege of blind trust with these stakes. I can't say I'm happy with the results. I trust this verdict of mine will serve as food for thought. Did it cross your mind that I could die during this test of yours? Regil seemed to be slightly taken aback. Of course it did. Our main force was positioned nearby, and they were ready to advance at the first sign of real trouble. I was not going to deprive the Crusaders of their commander, and sow chaos among their already sorely undisciplined ranks. I understand your concerns and don't begrudge you this test. Regil bows respectfully. I'm glad we've reached an understanding, and I am sorry that I had to resort to such measures. Now that we've discussed everything, there's still a small matter to attend to. Regil looks at the ranks of the Hell Knights and raises his voice. Yeager and Gil, 2 steps forward. I hear and obey, Paralictor Duringe. We must speak about your role in recent events. You received my order to visit the Knight Commander in Dresden and feed him misleading information. How should a Hell Knight behave in this situation? Yeager swallows dryly as he tries to feign composure. A Hell Knight must obey his commander's orders. If his commander's orders directly contradict the tenets of the measure and the chain, or go against the order's interests, then the knight must report his commander to the higher order command. Regil's piercing gaze bores into the young knight. And what did you do? Did you report me? No, sir. With your permission, sir. I deduced that this was some kind of test for the knight commander. That didn't seem right to me, but... You don't have my permission to blabber excuses, knight. You gave him an order, and now you want to punish him for following it? Well, if the commander deems my verdict faulty, then we shall postpone this review of your actions. Dismissed. That is all. Thank you for your visit, Commander. And that's that.
We march ahead.
I guess we'll go back in here and see if there's anything else. Nope. Alright. Celia used
No
to be
reason to
tricky.
pause.
Oh, yeah. She has the pickpocket background, so she has trickery as a class skill. I gave it to her just because I wasn't using Sealet for a while. I mean, I didn't have Camellia. Let's see, Hell Knights. Hell Knights and Armigers. They're not really saying anything different between each other.
I will guide us.
Let's see. Paralictor Ominos Renf. Paralictor Ominos Renf greets you with a nod. Knight Commander. If you wish, my armigers will show you a list of goods we offer. It includes both spoils of war and the items produced by our order's craftsmen. I'd like to see what your chapters have for sale. And then we just sell them all this useless junk that we've been picking up. There's Cold Iron Javelin, Cold Iron Crossbow, Dagger. Let's see, type, date, oldest to newest. Sell the shot composite bows. No new armor. Yeah, alright. Nothing really new. Aside from that. Alright. Let's see. What do they sell? Belt of improved protection. Plus 10 competence bonus on mobility checks. Sure. Half plate of synergy. What? Okay, it's adamantine plus 3 armor that gives an additional damage reduction 1. Okay, helmet of the Stalwart Cavalier just gives a bonus to AC. which, you know, isn't the worst thing in the world, don't get me wrong. But I'm not writing home about it. Vigilant Spear, Battleforge, Warhammer. There isn't really anything else I would grab here that's special. So, I guess that's it. I'm grabbing this belt though. Plus 10 mobility checks. Alright. And who do you think I'd give it to? You know, I did think I should give this stuff to Lan, but then I realized, I remembered something. Seele has mounted combatant, so improving her mobility checks, I actually increased the horse's chances of survival. So, as dumb as it may be, I'm going to give these accessories over to Seele. So, expedition boots, belt of improve. Oh no, doesn't stack. Never mind. I guess we'll give those boots over to Lan after all. Plus 5. This is a plus 10 bonus. Alright, so whenever an enemy attacks, she'll make a mobility check, and if she rolls over 20, what is it? It's 27. The attack against the horse will be completely negated. But right now, the horse has a plus 37. A bonus of 37. I don't think I'm actually going to beat that. I mean, I guess, so if she ever rolls, like, she'll have a chance to roll a mobility check, and if she rolls anything over, like, a 10, that would be better. Alright. Let's get a move on. I'm purposely filling out the map now. I'm not looking per se. I'm just trying to see if, like, Lan will chime in and say, what's that over there, or I found something. Something generic like that. Nothing. Alright, nope, nothing. Let's just get out. Alright. Alright, that's it for Regil Derange. Teleport back to Dresden. Go inside. Go into the Citadel. Oh, okay, hold on. The angel sounds concerned. Champion, I promised to advise you, but now I need your counsel. I have received news that both pleases and worries me. The light of your nobility shines true, and like a beacon it draws heavenly warriors who come to fight at your side. These angelic warriors set a high example of courage and irreproachable virtue. And many of the ordinary soldiers, especially the young ones, desperately wish to be like them. They take vows, do penance, and train to the point of exhaustion. Their dedication is laudable, but it is not without danger. The strain, both physical and spiritual, may prove unbearable for many of them. Rather than strengthen themselves, they risk doing the opposite, and it may leave them defenseless against the enemy at a critical moment. So should we praise their self-sacrifice, or should we encourage them to take care of themselves and moderate their zeal? Tell me about these heavenly warriors. They are valiant denizens of heaven. One part of their soul compelled them to honor the law of creation and steer clear of mortals and their war. The other part appealed to their mercy and their desire to protect mortal kind, and that voice was stronger. These are covert soldiers who left heaven willingly, without permission, to stand side by side with your people. What impact will my decision have? If you encourage your soldiers, their devotion will push them to great feats of strength, but it will come at the expense of their own well-being. But if you restrain their zeal, we'll save these brave soldiers for future endeavors. Lawful. See the effect. Round chance. Action doubles for all units. Let's see. The cautious feat. What? All adjacent allied units get a +1 armor class for one round at the start of each round. Well, again, being as good as I can be. Remind the soldiers it is important that they take care of themselves. We value each and every one of them. Gonna go and get some coke. Don't know whether I'll be back in time, so I'm gonna go off of here. Have a nice rest of the stream, guys. Alright. Alright, Atrocious. The stream ends in about 20 minutes. But, yeah. Have a good one. Alright, remind the soldiers it's important to take care of themselves. Yep. So be it. The warriors will learn the commander approves of their devotion but values their lives above all else, and does not wish them to subject themselves to any unnecessary ordeals. Thank you for listening to me. I will demand no more of your time, but I promise to return when you need my advice, or when I need yours. Me.
We march ahead.
Alright. Let's talk to Regil Derenge. He should be over here somewhere. There he is. Nope. Nope. He's got nothing new. Alright, let's move on.
Our path leads on.
Alright. Fortress gates. Kick out Regil. Put back Arushale. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. Leadership's at 4. Need that at 5. Logistics is at all-time low. Need to raise that up. Alright, let's go. But go where is the question? We go to the Molten Scar. That's one location. There's also the Green Gates. Molten Scar, the Green Gates. Where else do I go? I'm going to, not the Sacred Lands, but the Blackwater Clan. Alright, so Green Gates, Molten Scar, Blackwater, Dragon Burial Grounds. Probably somewhere around that order. Alright. Control the armies. Time to finally have them all gather together. Combine. Alright, combine. Alright. Recruiting. There's no one left to recruit. Have to wait a week. Save. Let's see here. We'll go this way. Alright. That's about it. Your turn. Go towards the green. Yeah, towards the Green Gates. Failed to sneak past someone. What?
I will defend my dream.
Okay. Where? Cultists. Beaver. Not much to worry about here. But hey. You know what? Just for the hell of it. How long does this last? An hour per level. Alright, you know what? No. Won't even cast that right now.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Bolt of Justice. On this one way over here. Neat. So I'll gather together.
Doubt is the heart's
goddess
greatest
protects us.
challenge.
I will lend you my aid. Shelyn guides me.
Alright.
Let us not hesitate.
Just curious to see if this works. There we go. We're good to go. Nothing bad's gonna happen for the next 16 hours. Alright, let's see. Onward to Gringy. And there's also the Molten Scar. Let's go to the Molten Scar first. Oh yeah, there's still bears. Let's see what the bears do. I'm sure he'll be fine. Well, that was rough. Good thing we still have access to all these the class abilities.
The world has suffered enough.
Alright. Can you? Alright. Turn back. I just want to see if something happens. Alright. Nope. Alright. Turn back. Alright, now right.
Did I mess up again?
This war must end. Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing it wrong?
Together we stand. Did I mess up again?
So I can't cancel reduce person? Are you kidding me? Oh well. Skip time. 1 hour.
I need to recover my strength.
No reason to pause. Did I mess up
Mount is
again?
polymorph. Okay. You can't ride a mount if it's polymorphed. Even if the mount would normally be considered rideable. Alright. You know what? We'll just rest here. Get ready to go. And we'll stop the We'll stop the stream here. Let's see. Usually help out with camping out. Alright, begin rest.
Too bad I didn't know about your village. My friends and I could have left the streets and lived with you like a family.
I'm afraid you wouldn't be welcome there either. You think too kindly of us. Even our tribe had its cast-offs and pariahs.
Oh, hold on, what? What is this? The succubus looks embarrassed and upset. Forgive me for how I behaved back in Arilu's laboratory. I feel so ashamed. I'm trying to become better. I really am, every day. But every day I realize that nothing's changed, that I'm still a monster. What's bothering you? You were there. You heard everything. All my thoughts, all my filthy desires. Do you really think you haven't changed at all? Maybe I have, a little. But I don't feel it at all. It's just the opposite. The more time I spend among mortals, the more I feel how different from them I am. Let's see. It's not your fault. That demon invaded the minds of everyone who was there. But what he showed us was the truth. What you heard, those were my real thoughts. Forgive me. Please forgive me. There's no need to torture yourself over it. Your thoughts didn't hurt anyone. No, they didn't, but if I wasn't a monster, I wouldn't even have had thoughts like that. And if I can't get rid of them, it means I'm incapable of changing my nature. I am doomed to remain a you-know-what. Alright. Do you trust me? I can clearly see that you're changing for the better. Of course I trust you. Arushale looks away embarrassed. The problem is that deep down I don't feel it at all. You're beating yourself up for what you think, but what about all the good things you do? Does it really matter what I do? It doesn't stop me knowing that inside I remain the monster, the same monster that I've always been. Brief. You know, thoughts are like water, they flow, change 1,000 times. Good or bad, without action, they mean nothing. And which is more important, deeds or thoughts? Either way, you can count on my full support. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? I don't know which is important. Deeds or thoughts. You know, thoughts are like water. They flow and change 1,000 times a day, good or bad. Without action, they mean nothing. Thoughts, memories, desires, questions, regrets. They move like water in a river, an ocean. No, it feels more like a whirlpool. They drag me into their depths, and I forget about the real world that lies above the surface. She hesitantly looks into your eyes. Thank you for reminding me about the world around me. My thoughts are real only for me, but my actions are real for everyone. I'll try to keep it in mind. I've spent so much of my life alone, with nothing but my own thoughts for company. Sometimes it feels like they've become more real to me than the world around me. That's why I assume. Let's see. If you ever feel like that again, feel free to come to me. I'll bring you back to reality pretty quickly. I'm going to hold you to that. Richelieu smiles shyly. She smiles pensively. Inside my head, alone with all these desires, doubts, and thoughts, everything seems so frightening and baffling. But talking with you makes me feel so much better. This doesn't happen with anyone else, just with you. When you're near, I have no doubt that I will break free of the abyss. And I know that if I happen to lose my way, you'll show me the right path. Alright. Well, with that, we are going to end the stream today with Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Thank you all for coming by. I hope to see you all again in the near future. Until then,